I'm headed to Micheaux State Forest right now, and I'm going to be camping there tonight. So you saw us at Micheaux State Forest last winter when we had kind of a blizzard, and that was a really fun trip in the Jeep. But Micheaux State Forest, there's really nothing technical there. It's just, it's free camping because it's a Pennsylvania State Forest. You have to reserve the campsite on the website for that, or you can call them to do it. I'm in a 2010 Sport Wagon TDI. If you want to call it overlanding, we can call it overlanding. But just getting out into the woods, on some dirt roads, exploring, having a great time, finding a waterfall, finding a rock, finding a cool spot to enjoy out in nature with your family or your friends. And it doesn't matter what you drive. It could be a Toyota Corolla, it could be a Prius, it could be a family station wagon or a small SUV. Anything that works for you can do the job. You're not going to go down that high clearance 4x4 road. You're not going to climb to the top of that rocky mountain, but you can go on all these state forest roads and into state parks and everything else, get free or cheap camping, find some spots off the beaten path, and you can do it all in the car you already own. So you don't need to build a $100,000 Jeep to get out and do some overlanding.
The next morning.
So last night was a little interesting. I reserved a campsite on the State Forest website. I figured the campsite had to be a real close distance from where I would park. I was wrong. It was probably 1/10 of a mile. Started hiking back into the trail and almost stepped on a huge copperhead. I really wanted to have a campfire and everything, but to try and do that in total darkness with giant snakes around was not my thing. So I cozied up in the car. So everything's a total disaster in the car right now. Getting ready to cook some breakfast on the scuttle by this little reservoir. It's about 2 hours yet till Jamie's supposed to be here. We got bacon, got some hash browns and onions, lots of butter if I need it, but I probably won't with the bacon grease, cheese, and some pre-cracked eggs. Looking pretty good. Did I make enough food for 2 people? Yes. Will I eat it all? Probably. You know what's not beautiful? Trash holes. Why you gotta do this? Now I gotta touch your garbage. I'm not touching that though. That looks like it might be poopy. Why? I know it's none of my viewers, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Clean up after yourselves. This is terrible. Terrible stewardship. I'm gonna have to stop looking soon because I just keep finding stuff. I don't know, this guy's looking kind of sus. I know I said Micheaux is like really not technical, nothing crazy going on, but what do you think? Can the Jetta do it? It doesn't look too terrible. Just kidding, road closed. Not gonna try it. So we're there at the boat put in at the Lone Pine Reservoir. And is it Hartzell Rock? Is that where you want to head first? Or you said there's a lizard?
Yeah, we'll head to Hartzell and I'm going to check out Dark Hollow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so we'll just kind of make that left onto Stillhouse Hollow Road. And we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, figure come back up Birch Run and
successfully met up with Jamie. It's about 10:35 in the morning now. We're headed to a couple of different spots on the Purple Lizards map that will be cool to check out. So see how it goes, but can't go wrong on a beautiful day like today. My friend Jamie is a fellow off-road and Jeep enthusiast. I met him when he became a supporter of the channel on Patreon. I don't know that we ever would have connected had it not been for his decision to support the channel in that way. He's a great guy with a wonderful family and of course that sweet WJ Grand Cherokee. We've been on a few trips together now and I'm really thankful that we've had the opportunity to connect. Check it out if you're interested. You can join for as little as $1 a month. Hunter was driving.
Oh yeah, that's all him. We're doing some driver training.
That's awesome.
We've got time to go check that out. Maybe
turn around or go up there and turn around.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to make sure we have enough time.
Got our Vista coming up here. Like this is gonna be cool. So that was Buzzard Rock Vista that we were just at. Super cool. That should be a campsite. There was an unofficial campsite there, but you couldn't spend the night there. Oh! That was bad. I hit something hard. Let me just check and make sure nothing's leaking. We're good. Probably just a cross member. Rocks back there. He smacked something hard. Well, that was interesting. I was trying to narrate that and smacked a rock. Thankfully not with the oil pan, as far as I can tell. It was the cross member probably, but yeah, gotta pay attention. Thing is low to the ground. But anyway, this should be Big Pond Furnace. This is kind of impressive. Big stuff and just crossed the highway here, 233, and we're gonna make a stop up here at Hammond's Rocks. Check that out. I think that's a pretty cool little point. So it will show you what that looks like. I think this Hammond's Rocks site should be kind of right up at the top of this next hill on the right side. timber rattlesnake, northern copperhead. That was my camping buddy last night. So watch for snakes. Snakes like caves and they like warm rocks. I think we might be able to see a view from up here.
I do extreme parkour.
Extreme parkour!
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Parkour!
Definitely not gonna handle it.
Parkour!
Parkour.
That's the view we were looking for. There it is. Oh, okay. Which, here, can you go up this way here?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about the recovery stuff that I have. So this is where this guy goes in, and this little bumper plug just needs to be popped out. And this is not a Volkswagen specific thing. Lots of cars work this way. I've got the soft shackle in here so that I could easily attach this to something like the Yankum rope. And this rope is way heavy duty for this car. If you are going to be using just a car like this or something that's, you know, maybe more around the 3,000 pound range, you could go with a step down from this. So this rope will actually stretch and then retract, giving kind of a slingshot effect to getting the car unstuck. So that will be enough right there to hook up to my car. And then just needs to be on a solid point on someone else's car. You know, they don't need to get a 10-mile-an-hour running start. It's just kind of a bump, but it's way better. I mean, you don't want to use a flat strap or certainly a chain to do what you're doing with this rope. The way that this whole rope is designed, you can see there, it kind of looks like one of those Chinese finger trapped things. Yeah, there's all cords of rope inside here that will stretch. You know, front wheel drive car, all of the suspension and drivetrain components up front are way crowded in this area, so there's really nothing great to attach to. If I did not have this little hook, I'd be in bad shape for recovery if it was ever needed. When your oil pan is like 5 inches off the ground, every little rock starts to look like an obstacle. Had a couple crunches and scrapes, but the only thing I really hit hard so far is the cross member, which is behind the oil pan. Oil pan's another inch or so above that at least. We did it! Got a Volkswagen down Ridge Road.
It made it.
I was saying, you know, normally when you get in a technical rock section with your Jeep, you're thinking about where your tires should go. Mm-hmm. And back there, I'm like thinking about where my oil pan should go.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, let me just guide this delicate package through these rocks.
I'm just rolling down the street.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yep. Nothing to worry about there. except maybe the occasional like don't want to hit that rock with my tire. Thanks for coming out, Jamie.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Yeah, it was awesome.